Oh my. Oh. And that, yeah, listen to it. He just dropped the club and laughed.
A flat out shank?
That's right, today's video is about the dreaded S word, the We want you to never feel the embarrassment of a ever again. So today we'll show you how to fix your and get back to hitting straight shots. Hey golfers, I'm Drew Mahowald, Second Swing Golf, joined today by Thomas Campbell, Master Club Fitter at Second Swing, outside on the driving range. And today is a unique video because we're talking about the shanks. It's one of the worst terms that you can hear on the golf course. We feel bad for anybody struggling with this right now, and if that's why you're watching, we'd like to help as soon as possible. So, Thomas, the shanks. How do you get rid of the shanks?
Yeah, it's a terrible word to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes down to your setup. If you're standing too close to the ball, there's a good chance that you are going to come in and catch part of the heel of the golf club or even the hosel of the golf club. It's also to do with the face angle as well. So if that face angle is more than, say, 10 degrees open at impact, there's a good chance you're going to present that hosel with an iron. Nice thing is with a driver, there is no hosel, so it's hard to shank a driver. Right. But with, say, a wedge or a 9-iron, it's going to be more pronounced, and we've got to find a way to fix it.
Well, sure. Well, let's get to a couple of demonstrations here, because I know as a teaching pro, I'm sure you're not totally unfamiliar with this when golfers come in and say they're shanking the ball. So let's get to it here. All right, well, Thomas, I just hit a couple shanks. So show me what I was doing wrong and then fix it for me, please.
Well, first your setup. When you were setting up at address, what I noticed is your hands are very, very close to your knees. You actually could not even see a gap between your hands and your knees. Yeah. So we need to get you in a little better posture. So I like to use this a lot. So if you go like this with your right hand, thumb from the belt buckle, pinky to the very end of the grip, that's how far away that you should be standing from the ball. So notice that's getting you a little bit further away.
Yes, it is.
And I'm actually going to bring an alignment stick out here, and I'm going to try and get you to back up just a little bit further. So this is going to get you a little bit more room. So I don't want you to feel like you're actually touching with that alignment stick with your feet.
Okay.
So first, a lot of it comes down to your setup. So if you're standing too close, there's a good chance you're going to catch it on the heel of the golf club.
Yeah, I definitely feel a lot more, it's like I'm reaching a little bit, but it's probably a good thing to feel like you're reaching, because that's kind of that exaggerated effect a little bit. Yeah,
well, what happens is if you're really, really close to the ball, what's going to happen is on the downswing, you got to find some room. To find some room, you have to go this way. What happens is your body kind of goes with it there too. You notice how this knee kind of goes out there a little bit. It kind of generates the path to be a little bit more out to in. So the second thing we actually would need to do here too is going to be path delivery.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to set up just a couple of little drills here for you. So first thing, I've got an empty box of golf balls.
Yep.
I'm going to place this on this side of the club. I'm going to make it fairly challenging. So when we're coming through, we don't want to hit that box at all on the way down. So a lot of golfers, that when they shank it, what's going to happen is this club is going to come from this angle here, and they're going to clip this box, and they're going to go that way.
Sure.
So that's a lot of that's path, and that presents this part of the club. And then they leave that face angle open a little bit too. So the second part is going to be delivery of the club. All right. So we just notice we've still got room there between the toe and that box. And then finally, downswing. So we need to feel like we're coming a little more from the inside.
Yep.
So to do that, I want you to take that club back to the top of your swing.
Okay.
So to do that, on the downswing, we need to feel like you're dropping that club underneath this here, so you can deliver a little more from the inside. So when you start that downswing, go to the top of your swing. You start that downswing, it's going to feel like you're dropping your shoulder this way, and then you're swinging out towards first base.
That's hit in the air to right. Will it carry at the wall? Jeter makes it 2-0.
And then releasing the hands over. So this is a good guide. You can set it up. You can kind of stick it in your bag like this and kind of have a little bit of guide so you can feel like you swing more from the inside.
Sure. Okay, so we got our alignment, right?
Yep, so we're standing a little bit further away, so we got much better posture.
Yep, we got our length away from the belt buckle here. You've got the barrier, so I can swing into out. And then lastly, coming on the downswing,
You
Ready to go
drop it
underneath
underneath
the head cover.
this head cover. Yep. That was pretty good.
Yeah, definitely didn't shank it.
Definitely did not shank that one there too. And one thing you did really well there is you released the club face over. So the final piece with this, when I see a lot of shanks, is people will fix their path, but that face angle is still open. So what they're doing is they're not transferring their weight onto their left side. So when I say transferring the weight on the left side, at impact, they're kind of falling this way a little bit.
Yeah.
What you need to feel is you're gonna feel like more of your weight at impact is on your left side, and you turn those hips out of the way, and that club face releases over. And if you need to, if you really need to exaggerate to get away from that shank feel, get away from the heel, you wanna feel like that toe outraces the heel.
Of the club?
Of the club, yeah.
Okay.
So as you come through, you wanna feel like you're releasing those hands a little bit more at impact.
All right.
Go up towards the top of your swing, drop it on the inside, perfect. And then finish on your left side. Perfect. That one, you definitely got that club face to turn over.
I did.
As long as that face angle is not wide open, you are not going to hit a shank.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's almost, with these drills, it's impossible to hit a shank, really, so.
Right. And it's small steps, and then just face it, if you hit a few shanks, you can get in a bad rut. You gotta then find a way to redirect your golf swing, your path, and make sure that club face releases over.
Sure. Yeah, these are pretty simple steps, honestly, but you repeat them a few times on the range, I imagine those shanks will be gone in no time.
Yep, I would definitely, don't overdo it, but if you have a small practice session, say 30 minutes, spend 15 minutes working on club path, 15 minutes working on releasing the club face over.
All right, Thomas, let's recap there. You took me through a couple of drills there to remove the shanks. Let's go back over them here one more time.
So step one is posture and alignment. So making sure that we're a good distance from the ball. So we gave you this little drill here as a way to try and feel like how far away you're standing from the ball.
Yep.
Give yourself more room, then you have more room on the downswing to drop the club a little more from the inside.
Sure, okay, and it looks like that's what we did with the head cover there as well, and then also the obstruction here with the golf ball box on the outside of that ball to make sure you're not coming from the outside in, instead coming from the inside to the out.
Yeah, it's just a guide to force you to feel like you're swinging in to out with the club path. So when we're swinging out towards right field or first base, and then finally club face.
Yep.
Club face control, even if you do these two things and your face angle is still 10 degrees open, ball's still gonna go to the right.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that club face turns over. So we need to feel like we finish on our left side. I mentioned club path out towards right field, but then feel like the club face then turns over and turns towards left field.
Yeah, I remember the thing you told me was to think of the toe beating the heel to the golf ball, kind of, if it's a race, and that really helped me square that thing up and actually turn it over a little bit. So some really good tips here, Thomas, for those golfers that are struggling with the shanks. We don't want you struggling with the shanks, so take these to the golf course, to the driving range, and start hitting straight shots once again.